What's going on, guys? TTL here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over my top plays for MLB for today. It is June 6th 2023 currently. There's actually a lot on the board. It's only 4:50 in the morning. I already got all of my premium plays posted for the VIPs. We're actually just about to do a watch party for League of Legends, so if you see this video really early, up until like 9 in the morning, we're probably going to be doing a watch party. So feel free to join the free trial. My Patreon is patreon.com/testthelimit. The link is in the description and the comments down below. And there's a free trial for 7 days. There's no commitment. You can cancel anytime. You get all of my prize picks, underdog, and sleeper slips, as well as sportsbook bets. And we do VIP only live streams / watch parties. So we're just about to start one of those and get one of those underway. So feel free to join, especially if you see this video before like 8 or 9 in the morning Eastern time. Hopefully we're going to watch our league plays and hopefully they just smash it for us. But feel free to join that Patreon. The link is in the description and the comments. So I do appreciate that from you guys. And yeah, let's just get into the MLB picks for today. Like I was saying, though, I love that there's so much on the board. There's 17 props on the board, and it's only 5 in the morning. So for it to have that many props and it be this early, I just absolutely love to see it. And yeah, I do appreciate all the support that you guys have given me. Make sure to leave a comment and a like. It really does help me in the algorithm. Helps me get more views. And yeah, let's just get into the video. I'm going to search up MLB real quick and get this pulled up so I can show you guys all the stats and back up what I'm saying a little bit. One of my top plays of the day is actually Zach Eflin over 5.5 strikeouts. We'll take a look at his last 5. He's gone over this in 2 out of his last 5. He got 0 versus Toronto, which is really unfortunate. And then he got 4 versus Baltimore 5 games ago. And he got 5 versus the Cubs recently in his most recent starting. I do love his over 17.5 pitching outs a little bit more. I do think that's a little bit safer. I took that on sleeper, but I also do love this 5.5 strikeouts just because if we go look at the stats, Minnesota are 30 of 30th. They are the least. They strike out the most of any MLB team as of this season. They're averaging 10 strikeouts per game, and they're really consistent with that. Over their last 3 games, they're averaging 10 strikeouts per game. And over their last game, they got 16 strikeouts their last game. So they struck out for more than 5 innings out of the 9 innings. They've been doing terrible this season. They just strike out a ton. Even if they like score runs, they just still strike out a ton. So love this bet. Love taking over 5.5 strikeouts for him. That is one of my favorite picks for PRIZEPICKS currently, and I would definitely lock this in before it gets bumped up to 6 or 6.5. Give me 1 second. Somebody messaged me on Discord. Secondly, I do like Clark Schmidt. He's been really good for the Yankees this season. I like him over 5.5 strikeouts. I wish they had put up some pitching outs and like hits allowed, walks allowed, that kind of stuff this early. But I'm just happy that they had this many strikeout props as well. So I will take what I can get. But Schmidt has been doing great this season. He's gone over this in 3 out of his last 5 starts. He got 7 versus Seattle, 4 versus Baltimore, 6 versus the Reds, 5 versus Tampa, and 7 versus Oakland. And we'll actually see something quite interesting. Baltimore and Tampa Bay are pretty decent with not striking out, while these other 3 teams are on the bottom half of teams that strike out most. So versus bad teams, he does good, and versus good teams, he does not so good. He does decent, though, still, with 4 strikeouts, 5. It's still getting close to that line, but we can take a look. Baltimore's number 9. They average 8 strikeouts a game. And then Tampa Bay are number 12 out of 30. They average 8.4 strikeouts per game. And then meanwhile, Oakland is like bottom of the barrel, 26 of 30. Cincinnati is like middle of the pack. Oh, they're actually never mind. They're near the bottom as well. Cincinnati's 24. and then Seattle is 28. So today he actually has another decent matchup, I would say, versus the White Sox. They're number 11, so they are a little bit better than Tampa Bay. But when we look at the recency bias of this, over their last 3, they're averaging 10 strikeouts a game, and they actually had 14 strikeouts in their last game. So I do like this prop. I like him going over this, and I think that this is going to be a good game for him to get quite a bit of strikeouts, and I think he's going to have plenty of opportunities to do so. Next, just going down the list, I like Hunter Brown over 5 strikeouts. I will say this is a little bit more of a flex play for me. This is 4.5 on Sleeper, so make sure to sign up for Sleeper. Use my code TTL when you sign up. It really does help me out, and you'll get a 100% deposit match. But this is 4.5 on Sleeper, so there's a lot more value over there. There's less push potential. But Hunter Brown has been killing it this season. He's gone over this in 4 straight games, 4 out of his last 5 as well. He got 8 versus the White Sox, and then 9 and 10 in his 2 games versus Oakland, and then 8 versus Minnesota. And he has been going against these really bad teams. They strike out a lot, as you can see, except for the White Sox, who were ranked 11th. Toronto, I believe, is ranked 4th or 5th. Yeah, they're ranked 5th. They're averaging just under 8 strikeouts a game. So we can see 8 strikeouts a game. Hunter Brown, his line's at 5, 4.5 on Sleeper. I really do like this line. Again, it's a flex play for PrizePicks just because the push potential, but I do think he gets 5 strikeouts. It just might be just 5. He might not get to 6. So there is some push potential here. So just be wary of that and understand that you could get 4.5 on a different website. Next is the first under I've given since starting the free picks backup, I believe. And it's Tyler Anderson under 4.5 pitching strikeouts. So we can take a look. Okay, that looks kind of screwy. Here, let me open it up on ESPN. So we have Tyler Anderson. Let's take a look at his game logs. I don't know why PrizePicks is messed up for him, but we can take a look. So this season, he's averaging, this month, he has, where's it at? 15 Ks over 26 innings. Okay, so he had 3 Ks, so he went under, over for this one game where he got 6. And then for last month, or the month before last, he got over, under. So he's only went over 2 times out of, I believe that's 10 games. Yeah, so 10 games, he's only went over this twice. He's versus the Cubs, they do strike out quite a bit, but I think he stays under this. He's gone under this in 4 out of his last 5, and he's gone under this in 4 straight games as well. Now, we can look at his competition, and he's versus these really good teams like Cleveland, Baltimore, Boston, the White Sox. They don't strike out much, but even versus teams like the Royals strike out a ton. He pitched 5 innings, and he still only got 1 K, and they took him out after that. Today, he's versus the Cubs. We can take a look. I think they're somewhere in the middle. Maybe they're actually near the bottom. So they are 27th and 30th. They average 9 strikeouts a game, 10 over the last 3. So they are averaging 9 or 10 strikeouts per game. So obviously this line is a little bit iffy at 4.5. I do consider this a flex play. But where he hasn't gone over in 4 straight games, and he hasn't only went over this in 2 out of 10 games. I mean, the Royals are down here as well. They're 21st of 30, and he only got 1 K versus them, you know. So this list isn't the end all be all, and he's been doing terribly this year. So I'm hoping the Cubs can just hit him the 1st and 2nd inning, and then they just pull him. That would be a dream come true. But even if they don't, he's just not a K pitcher. They're going to make some contact. I feel like they're going to get tons of just fly out, pop out, ground out. And they're just going to make that contact and not let him get the Ks. And my last play of the day is actually Logan Gilbert. So Gilbert's been hit or miss this season. He started off really strong, and then he started kind of going downhill a little bit. I'm going on his over, though. He's gone over in 3 out of his last 5 games. He got 4 strikeouts versus the Yankees and 4 versus Detroit, but then 6 versus Oakland, 9 versus Atlanta, and 10 versus the Rangers. So today he's versus the Padres, who are 20th of 30. They're averaging 9 strikeouts per game, and his line is 5.5. So it's hard to beat that. Logan Gilbert is the type of pitcher who his line is usually 7.5, something around that. So for him to be down at 5.5, I really love this over, and I'm locking that in. So just to go over these yet again, one last time, we have Zach Eflin over 5.5, Schmidt over 5.5, Hunter Brown over 5, which you can get at 4.5 on Sleeper, Tyler Anderson under 4.5, and then Logan Gilbert over 5.5. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.